Bros, how's it going? Sugar Punch here. Enjoying a little bit of a fruit smoothie action. So good. So very good. So today's video, I thought, what the hey, I'll change it up a little bit. And I'll just do a brief summary for you all about how I've lost 17 pounds on the sugar diet, all right? What have I been doing and what has led me to these results to this point? So let's dive right in. All right, so let's see. I think this is coming up on week 4 of me being part of the sugar community. And in that time, I've lost 17 total pounds, which is pretty good, right? I mean, I can't complain. 17 pounds, relatively to everything, that is a pretty quick, fast amount of weight loss. Because typically, people are averaging like 2 pounds a week when they're trying to lose weight, which is pretty crazy when you compare it to the sugar diet and sugar fasting, right? So I know there's always new people watching the channel, new people joining. If you are new and you're just now learning about the sugar diet and sugar fasting, make it very simple for you. All you're doing is embracing a sugar-based lifestyle where you are just eating sugar-source foods throughout your entire day, and you are keeping your fat virtually zero to non-existent at all, and you're driving your protein down too, your protein intake as low as you can as well, right? When I talk about zero fat, I mean goose egg. Try to keep it goose egg daily. And protein, even that, man, try to keep that down to 20, 30 grams. If you can go lower than that, go lower. But if you're sugar dieting, it just means you're enjoying sugar throughout the entire day. And then when you get to the night meals, you're enjoying starch, right? Now, as I mentioned, I've lost 17 pounds in about 3.5 weeks. And 12 of those pounds that I lost actually came from doing the sugar diet, right? My first 2 weeks on the sugar diet, every night or every day I was enjoying fruit or candies, juices, and then at night I was enjoying starch, right? So a baked potato with some ketchup on it. I was having some pasta with marinara sauce, some rice with ketchup on it, or even sugar, things like that. And I got great results. Those were going really well and working really well. And then, of course, sugar fasting came out about 2 weeks into that, or it was starting to get really heavily promoted by Cole from Snake Diet. And people started to see crazy results on that, like even faster than the sugar diet, right? And so sugar fasting is literally just riding the sugar train and eating nothing but sugar-related items throughout as many days as possible, right? 3 days, 5 days, 10 days, 20 days. The longer you can go, the quicker, the faster the weight will come off. And a big part about doing the sugar diet and sugar fasting is determining how quick you want to lose the weight, right? How fast you want to lose the weight. Now, in my lifetime, I have lost in excess of 40 plus pounds on 3 different occasions. And on all those occasions, it took time to put the weight on and it took time to get the weight off, right? So we're talking a couple of months to get the weight off. Which, in hindsight, if you think about it, at least for me, when I've gone through and put the weight back on, that is typically over a couple of years compared to getting the weight off. If you're consistent and steady, it only takes a couple of months. So that's kind of a win right there, right? It's just the important thing is finding a lifestyle that works for you, that you can continue to do and keep up with so you can keep the weight off, right? So basically, what had happened was I hit my 2 weeks on sugar diet. lost 12 pounds, and I had an event coming up on that weekend. And so I indulged on food that does not fall under the guidelines of sugar diet. And I did gain some weight back, right? It was a little bit, not too much. But then last week, I was moving. So my whole life was just kind of up in craziness. Still kind of is, honestly. But what we did was we just did the sugar diet throughout that week. So, well, let me take that back. At the start of the third week, on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and majority of Wednesday, I sugar fasted. So I just did sugar. And during that time, I lost like 4 pounds, I believe. Something like that. 3 or 4 pounds. And then I ended up on the weekend, because it was my last weekend in Texas for a little while. I had some goodbye dinners with family and some friends. And so basically, literally Friday was a meal that doesn't fall under sugar diet. Saturday, I sugar fasted for the whole time until dinner, and that was a messy dinner. And then Sunday was a messy dinner, right? So obviously, we ended up putting a little bit of weight back on, but that's okay, because at the start of this week, on Monday, we started a sugar fasting challenge on the channel. 5 days of sugar fasting. Of course, there's been plenty of people who had already been going longer than that, and there's people who only went 3 days, and some people are going to go 5 days, and some people are going to go 10 days, 20 days, 30 days, whatever. But what I've really learned from this is that the sugar fasting is definitely the best, most optimal tool to get you back on track if you have a celebration day. And all that is for me, a celebration day is simply, if I lose weight, let's say I lose anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds over 1 to 2 week period, to me, that's fantastic work. I like to call that a celebration day, or AKA a cheat day, as most people would call it, but I just want to put a more positive spin on it. And you go enjoy yourself a yummy meal, and then boom, you're right back to the sugar fasting. And that's the easiest way to undo some of the bad things you might have done, right? Now, the great thing about sugar dieting, though, is when you're doing the sugar diet, that allows you to enjoy your sugar throughout the day. So your energy's up through the roof, your mood's feeling great, your energy's great, your attitude's great. Like, to me, it's really improved my energy, my attitude, my thought process, just the whole thing, right? I'm just a much happier person. But then in the evenings, you can still live like a normal person. You can still enjoy yummy vegetables, right? And get that stuff in. Or super lean protein, which is also crazy, because besides this weekend that happened, other than that, like, my protein intake has been virtually nil. And so I'm not spending nearly as much money at the grocery store, which is fantastic, right? A lot of you people who have been doing this for a while, you can attest, your grocery bill should be much lower. And so that's what I've done, coming up on 4 weeks now, to lose 17 pounds. I'm pretty positive when I wake up tomorrow, I'll be down another pound. So we'll have a collective total of 18 pounds in 4 weeks. And that's including like 4 days where I ate like complete crap, right? So that's some pretty amazing stuff right there. And if you're still doubting the sugar diet or doubting sugar fasting, there are more than enough people who've created channels about their results, and there's more than enough people in the comments who can attest to their results. Now, if you're someone who's doing sugar dieting or sugar fasting, and you're stalled and you're not seeing any results, there's a couple of reasons why that could be. And my best advice is you just got to play around with it. We all have to do that. What works for me may not be 100% what works for you, okay? But like the formula is majority of the same. Like And what I mean by that is what's getting me weight loss, I guarantee you 85 to 90% of what I'm doing will get anyone else weight loss. There just may be that like 10% or 15% that you need to tweak, right? It could be that you're not getting in enough calories. That's an issue. That's a problem with some people. They're not eating enough, right? When you're sugar fasting, don't restrict. Just get into it and get heavy on it. Obviously, don't eat till you're miserable, but when you're hungry, eat. That's also another thing. You could be eating too much. You could be having, for example, way too much wet fruit. Maybe you're having too many bananas, right? That could be something that's stalling you. Maybe you're getting in way too much salt. You don't need a whole lot of salt when you're doing the sugar diet because the sugar is just naturally giving you tons of energy. The only time that you need salt really is if you find your body really craving it or you've lost a ton of weight in a really quick amount of time. You know, we're talking about like 5 pounds in 3 days, something like that, right? It's pretty crazy. So those are other reasons why you could be stalled. And if you're doing the sugar diet, right, sugar throughout the day and then starch at night, well, if your weight's being stalled there, then pull back on the starch, right? And if you're having protein, cut that out, right? So those are just some issues that you might be running into, and those are some quick ways to try to troubleshoot it and fix it. But my biggest thing to anyone who's new and getting started, just get started. Just get started and don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. You can make this, the sugar sources that you're getting, you can make it as clean and as organic as you want them to be. Like going to Whole Foods and buying all natural organic fruit and juices and getting it from that. You can just do regular tabletop counter sugar and do frozen fruit from Walmart and buy candies. You could go to the dollar store and buy fruit from there if they do that, and buy candies from there. Just make sure the fat's 0. And it's really up to you how clean you want your sugar sources to be, right? And so the ultimate goal is once your body gets adjusted to this, which it should do that very quickly, you should be able to go and have yourself, after several days of sugar fasting, you should be able to go have yourself a meal, obviously one that's not loaded down with an obscene amount of fat, but like a good solid meal that's filled with vegetables and lean protein and not gain any weight, right? That's where you want to be. That's where you want to head. Or if you did gain weight, it was literally just like a 0.1, 0.2 kind of deal, because that's happened for me as well, right? So that's what I've done so far up to this point, to lose 17 pounds on sugar diet and doing sugar fasting. For those of you that are wondering, measurement wise, I'm 5'8". My starting weight was 243 pounds. And this morning I was 220, I think I said, yeah, it's 243 pounds of starting weight. This morning I was 226, I think, 226 pounds. And my goal weight is to get to 165, right? In the past, I've been at 175 when I was bigger, bulkier, with like more muscles. When I was a workout warrior. I don't want to be like bulky anymore. I would just want to have a much more clean, lean aesthetic. And I feel like getting to 165 will get me there. So we're going to keep posting videos. We're going to keep doing this together until we hit that goal, you know, and that's the plan. So anyone who's watching, always appreciate it. If you're brand new to the channel and you're interested in this kind of thing, feel free to like and subscribe. I post daily. In the mornings, I'll always post a little post on the channel about what my weight was yesterday and what my weight is today. And then typically I'll do a video. Some days it could just be a short. Some days it could be a long form. Just depends. My channel just got verified by YouTube, so that's cool. So that means I can start doing some lives. If I feel like people want me to go live and start doing some questions or answering some questions, more than happy to do that. I'm also thinking about maybe once a week, start going live when I go for my walk. And those who want to jump on and exercise and go for a nice long walk or whatever you're doing, you can do it with us. And maybe I'll go live for 40 minutes, an hour and a half, who knows? But maybe we can do that. Maybe we can start getting a community workout together in the afternoons, right? Because I'm just going to be honest with you guys. There's only so much content you can make each and every day. I can only show you what I'm eating so many times, right? I know everyone's interested in, oh, well, what are you eating and what's your weight at? Well, I already show you that stuff. I've shown you what I've eaten 10 million times, and I've got videos in the past about grocery hauls, and I show you what my weight loss is each and every day. So, you know, if you've got some ideas for more content or things you want me to talk about or discuss, drop it down below. I'm more than happy to shift through those things and see some suggestions. But I'm thinking maybe the afternoon exercise walk, because I've definitely started to get more back into it. I've got some resistance bands, getting into that. Started doing some body weight training as well. So maybe we'll do like a workout routine or something together. I don't know. We'll see. Just throwing out some ideas. But as always, I appreciate you all. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you tomorrow. But till next time, get that sugar up in you, and all the best.